Hello and welcome to this presentation on the Economic Mobility Pathways Pilot, EMPP. My name is Luciano, and in this presentation today, we will focus on what the EMPP is all about. I will make important considerations for employers, as well as explain about the employer responsibilities and the responsibilities of the trusted partner, in this case, the Office for Refugees, Archdiocese of Toronto, ORAT. And I will discuss the EMPP process timeline so that you have an idea of the process flow, and will provide an opportunity for a few consideration of the next steps for employers who are seeking to use the EMPP program to fulfill labor shortages in their business or companies. The Economic Mobility Pathways Pilot Program, or EMPP, is a program that combines refugee resettlement and economic immigration. In this program, employers are provided access to a new pool of qualified candidates to fill job openings. And this also helps the refugees who possess certain in-demand skills and a certain level of language comprehension to be able to immigrate to Canada as permanent residents through this program. The EMPP program relies primarily on trusted partners like the Office for Refugees, Archdiocese of Toronto, to connect employers with eligible refugees who possess the relevant skills to qualify to come under this program. Now, some important considerations for employers who would like to take advantage of this program to recruit candidates to fill positions that exist in their companies or businesses. The purpose of the EMPP is primarily intended or designed to help meet your labor skill gaps, and a pool of candidates who have CVs of the relevant skills is provided to employers who are seeking to hire those candidates. And this program provides an expedited processing timeline for the candidates who qualify to come under this program. Currently, it's estimated that the time frame from when the application is submitted for processing to when the successful candidates can arrive to Canada is about 6 to 12 months, which is very fast considering the current processes of other pathways to bring labor into Canada. There are certain minimal participation fee considerations which can be discussed by the employers who are interested in this program, and would encourage the employers who would like to take advantage of this program to contact our office so that they can discuss how to take advantage of this opportunity. Also, it's important that we ensure that there is an arm's length relationship between the employer and the selected candidates who qualify to be processed under this program. There are a few responsibilities that the employer is required to undertake once they participate in this program. For instance, initially would ask that the employer register with our office, that's the Office for Refugees, Archdiocese of Toronto, ORAT, and to assist in identifying the needs related to the kinds of labor or workforce that they are seeking for their business or company, and provide a description of the jobs opportunities that are available, by utilizing the National Occupation Classifications codes, that's the NOC code, to ensure that it's in alignment with the EMPP program requirements. The employer also will participate in candidate selection, which will be arranged by the trusted partner ORAT via a virtual interview. And it's expected that the employer will offer an employment contract over at least 1 year. That's on average about 30 hours per week, or 1,560 hours, which then would be given to the successful candidates for the positions that the employer is providing. The employer also is expected to provide assistance at the time of arrival with airport pickup and transportation to the destination where the candidate who has been selected is expected to go and settle and work. And as I explained earlier, the employer also is expected to ensure that they comply with the employment law, just as the same is expected of the candidates who are successful and have been offered positions, to ensure that in the event that the employment is needs to be terminated, it is in line with the labor laws. Equally, the same way with the candidates who have been selected, once they are hired, in the event that things do not work out, the same rules apply. They would need to provide notice in advance to their employer to ensure that the rules are followed. The responsibilities of the trusted partner, in this case, our office, that's the Office for Refugees, Archdiocese of Toronto, is to ensure that we understand the employer's needs by having discussions with the employer to provide us an understanding of their needs. This will ensure that the trusted partner can select the eligible candidates in accordance to those needs of the employer, and the selected candidates must meet the EMPP requirements, which is to ensure that they are refugees and they do not have a durable solution currently, and that they possess the in-demand skills that are required by the employers, and they have a minimum level of English language comprehension based on the Canadian language benchmark assessments for the English language. And equally, upon identifying all these requirements above, it's expected that the candidates selected will be assisted to complete the required immigration forms, which then would be submitted by our office to Immigration Canada for processing. Also, the trusted partner will assist with orientation of the newcomer upon their arrival, to ensure that they have access to settlement services and are able to settle well in the community where their employer is located, and will also provide a certain limited level of arrival and settlement assistance during the time of arrival. The entire process from the beginning to the arrival of the selected candidate, as I indicated, is fairly quick, and it, as shown in this search flow chart, begins with the employer identifying a need for certain type of skilled labor that they require, which then is referred to the trusted partner, in this case our office ORAT, who would identify those candidates, and then the employer would have an opportunity to interview and select the candidates that meet the requirements and the experience required for the positions being offered by the employer. Then our office ORAT would submit the relevant forms working hand in hand with the employer and the refugee to complete the relevant immigration forms for processing to Immigration Canada. Once the forms are submitted, it takes about between 6 to 9 months for Immigration Canada to review the forms and to process them. And then another 3 months for medical and travel arrangements to be organized by Immigration Canada. Then finally, once a visa has been issued, the refugee candidate who is successful would then be scheduled to arrive and settle in Canada as a permanent resident, along with their family if they have any family members. So, given these realities, we would now like to know, as an employer, if this program is one that could be beneficial to your organization in light of your labor needs, and also if this is the case, what kind of candidates would you seek to have that possess certain skills that your organization is in need of? And it would be important to know how many candidates you would need for each category of position that you are offering in your business or company. And we would love to have discussions with you, the employer, to see a way forward on the next steps in regard to these opportunities. So I thank you for listening to this presentation. And now there are a few other slides here just to provide you a little bit about our office. So the Office for Refugees, or ORAT, is a department of the Roman Catholic Archdiocese of Toronto. It administers the sponsorship agreement of the Archdiocese of Toronto in partnership with the church communities that it works with and who seek to assist refugees who have been affected by the global refugee crisis to ensure that they are resettled to Canada as permanent residents. We offer also this program beyond the church communities as well. And we work very closely to help and identify refugees and displaced persons who qualify under this program so that they can be resettled to Canada as permanent residents. There may be a few frequently asked questions which may be relevant to the employers. In this case, for the kinds of candidates who are selected, the successful candidates are sponsored as a family together, and they arrive to Canada as permanent residents. That is in the event that they are individuals who are married. And for the employer, the few responsibilities that are expected of them is to assist in the airport pickup when the candidates arrive, and to arrange for temporary accommodation for the successful candidates when they arrive until the newcomer is able to find a long-term permanent place where they can stay at their place of employment. There are contractual obligations required of the employers, which is to ensure that the employers follow the employment law, including laws related to notice of dismissal in the event that the employer is dissatisfied with the employee and the work that they are doing. That's very critical. Last but not least, the National Occupation Classifications, NOC, is primarily the standard used to identify the education, work experience, and language competency requirements that the selected candidates must meet in order to qualify to apply under this program. So I hope this is sufficient to provide you some information as to how the program works. And I thank you again for the opportunity to share with you a little bit about the EMPP program, and we look forward to working with you. Thank you.